Hello, Katja here, and today I will show you a MDF frame from Snipart. This gorgeous Baroque garden MDF board is absolutely amazing, and it's like a frame and the box in the same time, and I will hang it on the wall, but you can display it on the table it have. And I start to glue this MDF board. I use regular glue. Of course, you can use some medium or something like that. And yes, I'm starting gluing. And it's a little bit like puzzle. I haven't prepared it and check if it's all right. And I think I'm struggling a little bit with it. And even if my glue will be clear when it's dry, I have my spatula from Nuo to wipe it off a bit. So I'm struggling a little bit to get them in place, but it's not so difficult. So I just love this kind of frames. They are just amazing with the details around it. So it comes like in two pieces. You see, it's the layering, so it's have like a shadow effect. So, and you see, you can have this on the background, so you can display it. I start to paint my MDF with heavy gesso, and I'm choosing white because I have other plan from the beginning. I like to do it like a shabby effect, and you see me here wiping off some of the paint because my plan was to have it a little bit more natural, the frame. But during the process I changed my mind, and you see me use more chipboards here. I have swirls, frosty moments, and some screws, and up in the air balloon. And here I have my Versamark embossing ink, and I have some from Stampendous, some embossing powder, and I will emboss them. And the idea is not to emboss them perfectly. If my idea was to emboss them perfectly, I have embossed them twice, I think, to get them all the way. I also do some of the screws, some details at this on the same way. I used two different shades, colors of embossing powder. Here it's more golden. I also use one a little bit more silvery. So I really enjoy to work with this embossing powder because the fragments are in different sizes. Okay, I do the same with the left of the screws and the up in the air balloon. And this is a different shade. I think it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous, or I don't know the word for it, but the chipboard gets really amazing the effect when you have emboss it. It's really golden and shiny, and oh, it's exactly what I need for this project. Now you see me having two different shades of Distress Oxide, and I simply add it with the ink pad around my frame. And I have also a little bit black on the edges. I have done it before, but not on this kind of frame. But I want like a dark shadow around my the other one. And now I add water, and I must say I get stunned of the effect. I dry it and I just love it, the effect. So I decide I do this background more dark and add more water because I want the background to be more dark than the front. So you see me change my mind. I add two different colors and also the brownish different shades, but I want this to be more light, and I simply do the same. So I will change my process and I dry and I simply go natural. Now I adding a little bit black inside. I use the ink pad again and also here and there because I want some contrast and spraying water to let it go natural and drying again. And the drying is very important before you do your different layers so you can see how it works. And yes, that's I'm happy with. Now I will add black paint, and here I was really confused what to do because this changed my mind because I wanted to have pastely and shabby and romantic project. So now I'm have black inside, and now I'm adding modeling paste with the spatula. I will cover the background a little bit randomly, but not crisscross. Anyway, you see me working, so the background doesn't get too messy. So this way, it's like a fine texture on the background, but anyway, not too much. And on the same time, I did cover the holes in the middle. Now when my modeling paste is wet, I'm adding the chipboard and I'm laying them a little bit around like that, and I doesn't mind that they go over because I will hide it in the middle. So I have these swirls, I have a metal embellishment and my balloons and my screws. So I'm adding my embossed chipboard screws and to make some kind of flow on my frame, I lay them horizontal. I also add some metallic embellishment. I think to mix paint and chipboards, you always need something that is not painted, like flowers or metallics or glass, to get more alive of it. I like the contrast of matte and shiny. Now my project, before I will leave it for drying, you see me, I'm adding some mini art stones. The mini art stones is only to get like a sandy small effect on the frame. And I have leave it over the night for drying. It doesn't show, but this is the day after. And now it's time to paint the background. I have spray water on my modeling paste and now it's dry and now I'm playing. I have liquid acrylic paint and also some other paint. Yes, I mix two different kind of paints, the color burst from Ken Oliver and of course my big favorite liquid acrylic paints. I recently only use the liquid acrylic paint in every project. You must think I'm very boring. And you see me spray a lot of water and play around with it and dry. It's not completely dry. I think I need more darker colors around the chipboards and my decorations, so I simply add a little bit more with the brush, and also around the edges I need more. And you see me mixing some teal and turquoise, emerald, lime green colors, and in the edges I have a little bit black because I want it to have like a shadowy effect. And you see me when I'm happy drying. So I leave that for drying, and now I'm stamping randomly around my frame to give it more detail, more interest. I also add some Firebird wax, little touch, not so much wax. It's only little bit to get some extra shine here and there. I also have vintage gold to add simply a little bit golden effect. Yeah, I think that's enough, and I will dry my inside. And now I will want to have my background details to pop in the background. Firebird, and you see me working here, and now it's the effect will come around. Here you can have glue everything. You could have done this differently. You can have add the paste, and you could have glue the decoration on the background if you have wanted. I simply do like this, and I have different kind of blues in the backgrounds also to get more shine and more light areas. And you see me go over the chipboard on some places to get it pop a little bit more to be shown. And now it's time to add. I also have some golden paper because I want it to be a golden shine, and now I will do some gluing. So I will add some extra chipboard here, and that's only because the air balloon needs something to hold on. And I have some more screws I will add, and I don't I do them a little bit on the other ones, so they will stay together, the flow will stay together. Yep, gluing time, and now I will have the metallic embellishment and the app in the air balloon, and my frame will also be glue. And here I use glue from Nuvo Deluxe. I love this glue. It's so easy to use, and it floats and doesn't get. You can use everything in a bottle. Okay. I have also some compass details and the words. I want to do something with them, and I also have a small frame. I want to paint them. I want to add some black. So I had some black and tapping with a black gesso with a small brush to get it. So my details are finally black, and gluing time again. And the golden paper, I think it's cardstock from Basil. And also here, gluing so it get like a mirror effect. And the letters, north and south, west and east. I add them to the frame to give like small details to my frame. And add the balloon and the chipboard. And working on the layers. I think that's amazing. And you see me trying out here how I will add. So final details on my frame, arrow before I decide. So to give some kind of direction. I have some black flowers I'm thinking to add, but I changed my mind. And this is how I work. I'm trying and go around here and there. And also now I think my work needs some extra touches and doesn't get too messy or too colorful like it's only paint. I add the more art melange pebbles in jello. I think when you add these stones, it's really happens something with my composition. I also have some metal embellishments from Prima and the sentiment lost in the darkness. I think that's make the composition complete. I would be happy to hear from you, and please leave a comment, and if you like, subscribe and give a thumbs up. And I read all the comments, and times is not enough to give you all a feedback, but I read, be sure, I'm reading all the comments, and I would like to hear what you think. I would be happy, and be sure to subscribe if you like. Here I have some Nuvo drops, and it's clear. I think the clear drops are just amazing. They give fine detail effect, and here it's like water drops. Thank you for stopping by, and check out all the gorgeous embellishments, the chipboards, and just love the chipboards from Snipart. Bye bye, and see you soon in the next tutorial. Bye bye.